Fighting between regime forces and rebels has been reported in western parts of Syria a day after a countrywide ceasefire backed by Russia and Turkey came into force. Some groups, including Daesh and the al-Qaeda-linked Jabhat Fatah al-Sham, are not part of the truce. Meanwhile, the UN Security Council has scheduled a vote today on a Russian resolution that would endorse the ceasefire agreement.
We expect the United Nations to be fully involved in the preparations of the meetings in Astana, and if they are successful, they could move on to Geneva, as far as I am concerned. So we don't see any competition there or overlapping of the two processes. As you know, Staffan de Mistura had trouble reconvening the talks, so Russia and Turkey obviously decided to give the United Nations a hand in pushing things forward, and this is what we see happening.
Let's get the very latest. Speak to Ali Mustafa, who is live for us in Gaziantep. Ali, bring us up to date on the ceasefire. It's now day 2. How is it holding?
Marlene, the ceasefire seems to be holding by and large, but on Friday, which was the first full day of this Russia-Turkish brokered ceasefire, there were instances of violence and violations. We saw in Hama that regime positions were attacked from the rebel side and regime soldiers were killed. We also saw northwest of Damascus, the capital, that regime helicopters attacked rebel positions in the Barada Valley. Now, this is an area northwest of Damascus, and it has a combination of various rebel factions. You've got Erar al-Sham there, you've got various FSA factions there, but you also have Jabhat al-Fatah al-Sham, a group which is excluded from the ceasefire. But overall, it seems that the level of violence in Syria has dropped significantly since the ceasefire took effect on Thursday night, Friday morning.
Ali, now the UN Security Council is expected to vote on this ceasefire resolution. What exactly is the significance of this, and does it actually have the backing of all its members?
On the face of it, it does seem to have the backing of all relevant members of the UNSC. It's a Russian-backed proposal. Russia is looking for UN cover to legitimize, for the lack of a better word, this process that it has undertaken alongside Turkey. Now, previous resolutions have had the backing of the US as well. The US has been absent from this process, but it says that it will support this initiative. But keep in mind, this comes at a time when relations between Russia and the US aren't ideal. The US has recently expelled 35 Russian diplomats, as our reporters have been mentioning. So it's an interesting time at the UNSC as far as the Syria ceasefire resolution is concerned.
OK, Ali, many thanks for that update. Ali Mustafa there in Gaziantep.